When it comes to making your part, there's not just one way to cut it. The way you might choose to have that part cut is going to greatly impact how it might function or be placed or assembled in your end application. In this video, we're going to dive into the world of die cutting and show you each different type of cut you can pick with your part and how that might function or impact your part in its end application. When talking about die cutting, there's really three main ways you're going to hear different types of cuts described. The first would be a through cut. The second would be a kiss cut, and the third would be perforated cuts. All three of these are different forms of die cutting, and the real difference is how deep the blade goes and how many materials it cuts through in the process. A through cut goes through every single layer. A kiss cut is where the blade is going to go through some of the materials, but not all of them. An example of this would be this part that I have in my hand, where the blades have gone through and cut the shape of the part, but not through the liner. And that liner is what's used as the carrier and allowing it to be supplied on a roll. And third, perforated cuts, which is kind of a hybrid between the two. As you can see in this part I have in my hand, some of those cuts are going all the way through the part and some of them are not, allowing it to be torn and easily removed. That's gonna depend on what amount of kiss cutting versus through cutting you're using to create the perf that's gonna release at the value you want it to. Choosing which type of cut is best for your part is going to have a big impact on how it's handled, how it's packaged, or even how it's applied. Now let's look at some specific examples of each type of cut. Right here, I have a through cut example. As you can see, this part's outside shape is completely cut through all of the materials, including the liner. As you can see, the liner is part of this. It can be removed like that, but it's not on a continuous roll because the through cut went all the way through the part. Through cuts are great for lower volume applications or parts where the adhesive might be applied later in the process, or any time that your parts are going to be maybe individually handled and applied to their end application. Next, let's look at an example of some kiss cut parts. In this roll I have here, you can see there are many parts on this continuous roll where the materials have been cut through, but not through the liner. Kiss cut parts are most often seen on products like labels, medical components, gaskets, or really any part that needs to stay on its liner until the moment it's applied. And lastly, let's look at some perforated cuts. The first example I have shows a perforated cut on the liner so that the parts can be individually removed and then removed from the liner. The second is an example of perforations on the part itself, where the perforations are in between each individual part and can be just removed the part as a whole. You'll often see perforated cuts on rolls with adhesive tabs, segmented gaskets, or parts like the example I showed where the part itself is perforated and you're removing each little component. Looking at all three different die cutting types, there are advantages to each one. First, when we're looking at through cuts, the main advantage is its simplicity. You end up with a fully separated piece that can be stacked, kitted, or sheeted. It's great for parts that don't need to stay on the liner or for parts that are applied later in a separate process. Next, looking at kiss cutting, the big advantage is the control. You can add features like a crack and peel liner or a split liner, which make these parts easier to remove in place. This is the option you're going to want when parts need to be dispensed accurately and cleanly in high volume automated assemblies. Lastly, let's look at perforated cuts, where the main advantage is efficiency. In projects where the part itself is perforated, you can remove individual components of the part at a time of your choosing. Where it's on a perforated liner, you can remove one part at a time at the frequency that you need for your application. Another bonus is that you can keep these parts on a roll while still allowing for easy separation during use. The best cut type isn't about what looks the cleanest, it's about how the part's going to be used, how fast it needs to be applied, is it manual or automated, and does the liner need tabs, splits, or extended edges? A converter helps you test these options early before you lock into tooling, so you don't end up with parts that technically work but slow your assembly process and drive up costs. If you want to find out more about how working with a converter can help you find the best cut type for your project, feel free to check out our Learning Center or reach out to us directly. Thanks for watching.